Irish Radio it is. My guest online is a lass who grew up in Scotland from Irish parents and has, over this past number of years, had an astounding success and made a huge impact in music in Ireland. She's continually in the headlines and continually performing and doing some great stuff. I'm delighted to say hello to the one and only Lisa McHugh. Lisa, great to have you along.
Oh, thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be on the show, Jerry.
Lisa, how did your interest in music all start?
Um, well, my parents are huge fans of music, but country music in particular. So, when I was growing up at home, it was all that we had on in the background. Any chance that they could, they had country blasting. So I suppose if you grow up with that around you so often, you become a bit of a sponge, and that's I suppose where my initial country or love for country came from.
Right, right. I mean, you've released a huge amount of material, like going back over the over the years. Songs which kind of became signature songs for you, such as "Hillbilly Girl," etc.
Yes, well, Hillbilly Girl is my biggest release now. It's actually overtaken Applejack, and a lot of people would know me for Applejack, and it's probably one of the most requested songs. But yeah, Hillbilly Girl is still absolutely flying, and I've been very, very lucky over the years to have had great support on the songs that I've released, whether they be covers or my own songs. But as you mentioned, Hillbilly Girl, yeah, it's definitely the biggest release we have so far.
Indeed, I mean, you've also had a huge success, like with songs such as one of your earliest ones, which was "Catalog Dreams," also a huge, huge one. As you also mentioned, "Applejack." I mean, you also had a lot of success with the cover of the Dolly Parton song, "The Coat of Many Colours."
Yes, so, well, I mean, I've always been a huge fan of Dolly Parton from a very, very young age, and as I'm sure your listeners or anyone that has had any of my albums over the years will know that I've recorded quite a number of Dolly songs over the years because I love singing her songs. I love the story she tells in them, and I'm delighted that. As I mentioned, Applejack is one of the biggest releases that we also have. So I'm delighted that people enjoy the covers that I do of Dolly's, because she's not an easy act to cover, put it that way. So I'm glad that they seem to go down well.
Indeed, so indeed, so it's a cover of of giant shoes in music. But you've also, I mean, you really have, you've over a relatively short period of time, you've released a huge amount of material.
Yeah, well, I suppose I moved over to Ireland in the latter part of 2009, and I started on the road in 2010, and I was touring continuously right up until the end of 2019. And it was a long time to be on the road continuously, but we had an absolute ball, and because we were touring so much, it meant that people were just wanted new music so often. So I was releasing an album at least once every year, and trying to fit all that in as well as touring. It was a lot to try and squeeze in. So I suppose that's where the catalogue has come from, because I was on the road so much, and people just wanted to hear new music so often. And we just wanted to give them what they wanted.
Indeed, so indeed, so. Now you've also recorded with other giants of music, Daniel O'Donnell and Nathan Carter.
Yeah, I've been lucky enough to have a great relationship with many of the country artists in the country scene, and I've done some great duets over the years. As you mentioned, Daniel as well was one of the first duets. In fact, it was the first duet I done, apart from Robert Mizell. And Daniel's a gentleman. You know, he is a huge name, and he's a huge star. Not only in the country scene but worldwide. And it's a credit to him that he's still as popular as he ever was, so many years into his career. And then, of course, when I got to do the duet with Nathan as well, we became very good friends over the years. And it was a song, again, a Dolly and Kenny song called "You Can't Make Old Friends." It was just very appropriate for ourselves, and we just love those artists, and we really enjoyed covering that song. And as well as that, I've had the chance to perform and record a song with Derek Ryan as well, called Honey Honey. So I've had a great list of collaborations over the years that I'm very proud of.
Indeed, indeed, absolutely crikey songs, and the people that you've done the duets with, like Robert Bazell, Daniel O'Donnell, Nathan, as we mentioned, Derek Ryan, truly phenomenally successful artists.
Yeah, I mean, they're all incredibly talented in their own right, and they're doing incredibly well. Over the years, they have been the biggest names in country music, and it was an honour to get the chance to work with them all, and I thoroughly enjoyed each of them, and getting the chance to go into the studio and to work with them on songs, and put both of our heads together and come up with the finished product. Was a really enjoyable process.
Well, that's excellent. Of course, Nathan and Derek are actually neighbours of yours in Enniskillen and County Fermanagh now.
They are indeed, yes. We all seem to have flocked to the same area of Ireland. Enniskillen is just a lovely, lovely town, and Fermanagh in general is a lovely county. The people here are so welcoming, they're so friendly. And yes, I'm literally within 10 minutes away from both of them. So we do bump into each other the odd time around town if we're in doing our weekly shopping or passing each other on a night out. So it's good to have them around.
Excellent, excellent. Listen, you've had a busy couple of years. You got married, and also you have a new arrival in the family.
I do, yes. The last couple of years has been very, very busy for me personally, especially. I got married last June, and we had a beautiful baby boy last January. So he's just turned one there a couple of months ago, and he is the light of our lives. It's been the best couple of years ever. Completely changed my entire perspective on everything. It's the toughest, but also the most rewarding job I've ever had the privilege of doing.
Indeed, I bet. Now, you've released a single recently, which is going well, called "I Quit."
Yes, it's a brand new single called "I Quit," and I wanted to write this song for a couple of years now, to be honest. And I suppose as we were talking there about becoming a new mum, and my priorities have definitely changed over the last couple of years, and I suppose a lot of people's priorities have changed, especially from COVID. We all kind of realise now what's important and what's not as important as we once thought. And we live in a very filtered life with regards to social media and how everyone just puts their best foot forward. And I'm like no other person. I'm human, and I have my rough days, and there's days where you just do not have time to put the full face of makeup on and your best outfit. You're just trying to get through the day. So it's all about just embracing, you don't always have to be shiny and pretty and sparkly. Just be yourself, and everyone's just trying to get through life, and we should all just embrace that and just get on with it.
Indeed, how true it is, and certainly I think that the period of COVID has led to so many people reappraising life and reappraising what is important in life.
Absolutely. It definitely gave everyone the chance. We weren't really given the choice. I suppose we all had to stop, and we had a lot of time on our hands, whether we wanted it or whether we didn't. And it really made us realize what's important. And if you have your health and your wealth and your family and a roof over your head, you have everything that you could ever need.
Indeed, how true it is, and you continue on in music. Have you any plans to do touring?
Yes, we're on tour next month. Literally, the countdown is on now. It's the first tour that I have done myself since 2000 and the end of 2018, beginning of 19. So it's been a long time coming, and I am so excited. I'm delighted that we're heading to Belfast and Armagh and Derry, and Belfast and Armagh are already sold out. And we're heading to also we're heading to Whelan's in Dublin. We're heading to Dolan's in Limerick. We're going to Cypress Avenue in Cork, and we're heading to the INEC in Killarney as well. And tickets are flying. They're available now from my website, which is lisamchughmusic.com.
Excellent stuff. And listen, hopefully at some stage we'll get to see you in the UK as well.
I would absolutely love to. It's been a a privilege to get the chance to go over to the UK and go to Scotland and different places over the years, and I've thoroughly enjoyed those opportunities. And now that I'm back doing shows again in Ireland, that is hopefully going to be the natural next progression, is to go further afield. So fingers crossed it'll be very soon.
Excellent. Lisa, listen, it's been lovely to catch up with you. I wish you continued onward success and happiness in life. And congratulations once again on your marriage and also the birth of your baby just over a year ago. Lovely to speak to you.
Oh, thank you so much, Jerry. It's been a pleasure. And thanks so much for having me on the show. Hopefully, we'll see you soon.